Maharashtra government has finally announced what many farmers had been demanding for months. A massive farm loan waiver estimated at around 36,000 crore. The scheme, named after Punyashlok Ahilya Devi Holkar, promises to waive crop loan up to Rs 2 lakh per farmer. On the face of it, it appears to be one of the biggest relief packages for farmers in recent years. But as details emerge, the celebration is quickly turning into a controversy. Because while the government is calling it a historic decision, thousands of farmers are still asking a simple question: who exactly qualifies for this loan waiver and who has been left out? Let's understand.
For nearly 2 years, Maharashtra's farming sector has been under severe stress. Unpredictable rainfall, crop losses, rising input costs, falling commodity prices, and mounting debt pushed farmer groups to demand a comprehensive loan waiver. The pressure on the government intensified after the assembly elections, where farm distress became a major political issue. The government repeatedly assured farmers that a decision would be taken before June 2026. Now that decision has arrived. According to the announced framework, crop loans up to 2 lakh rupees are eligible for waiver. The scheme is expected to cover loans from nationalized banks, cooperative banks, and other authorized lending institutions. The government says the objective is to provide direct relief to genuinely distressed farmers. However, the controversy begins with the exclusions. Farmers who pay income tax, government employees engaged in farming, and several categories considered financially better off have reportedly been kept outside the scheme. The government argues that scarce resources should be directed towards small and vulnerable farmers rather than affluent landowners. Supporters of the scheme say this is reasonable. After all, why should taxpayers fund loan waivers for people who have alternative sources of income? But critics argue that agriculture does not become less risky simply because the farmer owns more land or has another source of income. A farmer remains vulnerable to drought, flood, pest attacks, and market crashes, regardless of how many acres he owns. This debate is now dividing the farming community itself. Another source of anger is the cutoff date. For months, farmers were told that a loan waiver was coming. Many delayed repayments, believing they would eventually be covered under the scheme. Now there is confusion over whether farmers who defaulted after certain cutoff dates will receive any benefit at all. Farmer organizations argue that excluding recent defaulters could punish precisely those farmers who suffered losses during the last agricultural season. Then comes the bigger question: do loan waivers actually solve the farm crisis? History suggests otherwise. Maharashtra has announced multiple loan waivers over the past decade. Each time, the immediate burden on farmers reduces. But after a few years, debt levels rise again. Why? Because the root problem is not merely debt, the root problem is income. Farmers repeatedly point out that fertilizers, seeds, diesel, electricity, labor, and transportation costs keep rising. Yet crop prices often fail to provide adequate returns. When income remains uncertain, borrowing becomes inevitable. And when borrowing becomes routine, loan waivers become politically attractive. Many farmer leaders are therefore making a different argument. Instead of announcing loan waivers every few years, government should ensure fair and remunerative prices for agricultural produce. Their logic is simple. If farming becomes profitable, farmers will repay loans themselves. If farming remains unprofitable, even repeated loan waivers will only postpone the crisis. There is also a fiscal angle. A 36,000 crore rupee waiver is not a small amount. Maharashtra already faces significant financial commitments across welfare schemes, infrastructure projects, social spending, and public services. Critics warn that large loan waivers create additional pressure on state finances and may ultimately be funded by taxpayers. Yet politically, governments often have little choice. When millions of farmers are under stress, ignoring their demands can carry enormous electoral consequences. That is why farm loan waivers have become one of the most recurring features of Indian politics. Which brings us to the central question: is this loan waiver a genuine solution to agrarian distress? Or is it another temporary relief measure that treats the symptom while leaving the disease untouched? For many farmers, the answer may depend not on the waiver itself, but on what comes next. Will crop prices improve? Will agricultural incomes rise? Will market reforms follow? Or will Maharashtra once again find itself debating another loan waiver a few years from now? That remains the bigger story. What do you think? Is Maharashtra's farm loan waiver a necessary lifeline for distressed farmers? Or should governments focus instead on ensuring better farm incomes and guaranteed prices? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching.